Rutherford Issues with Bryan Barrett on FM 101.9 and AM 1450 Murfreesboro, FM 100.5 Smyrna. Listen and watch at WGNSradio.com.
Back on the Wake Up, no, wrong show. Rutherford Issues, that's the show. Too many shows on the air. We're powered by Middle Tennessee Electric. Sharing Change has donated now over $11 million to local nonprofits supporting meaningful causes. So if you want to find out how your spare change can make a big impact, go to sharingchange.org. Well, we have Angela Tips joining us today. Angela is going to be talking to us about the Middle Tennessee Choral Society's concert, which is coming up Sunday. And Angela, first of all, good morning.
Good morning, Brian.
Good to have you here. Spring is busy for you, isn't it?
Spring is busy. I said to someone yesterday when I had a MTSU concert, which is sort of my real job, and I've got 3 concerts in 9 days. So the countdown is beginning. I'm crossing off the list, you know.
How do you keep up with all of that? I'm sure.
Really good to-do list. And a husband that cooks my dinner every night.
Oh,
so
well, that's
nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I could just imagine all of the music that's going through your brain at any given time.
It is. And, you know, I was trying to think of something. I was getting ready, and I'd sometimes listen to music. I thought, I don't want to listen to any music right now. So I turned on a podcast instead. There was just too much roaming around in there.
Well, so you are an instructor at MTSU.
Yes.
And so how does that go with the Middle Tennessee Choral Society? Or
Great question. We have, the Choral Society has rehearsed at MTSU for many, many years. In fact, it's always been until they got desperate. The director of choral activities at MTSU has been the conductor of the Choral Society, going back from T. Earl Hinton days to my teacher, Sandra Willits, and then Raphael Bundage conducted the Choral Society for nearly 40 years. He retired about 3 years ago from that. He's retiring now from MTSU after 40 years. This is his last spring. And if I can give a little tangential shout out in a related way, we're having a big alumni choir concert for him Saturday, May 31st. And there are over 1,000 students from the last 40 years who have sung under his choir. And so we're trying to get everybody back to do a rehearsal of some of his favorite pieces, have a nice dinner together, and then do a concert. So Saturday, May 31st is that date. So that's on the horizon.
Oh, wow.
Well.
That's going to be special.
Yeah.
And for a special person, too,
yes.
honestly.
Oh, absolutely. He's done so much for us. So we have had a wonderful relationship with MTSU to allow us to have our rehearsals and our concerts there. So it's not technically an MTSU organization. It really kind of is, you know, because we're always there. So it's a great relationship.
So who is what kind of people are part of the Choral Society?
Every walk of life. I have some recent graduate students that have graduated that sung in my choirs. A lot of them are making music for a living, like school music teachers, and many of them are in everything from hospitality to engineering, and they just want to come and sing again. So we have a lot of recent alumni who've come into the group. There have been folks who've sung in this group for 40 years at least, who make their living in various ways. Not all of them are musicians. In fact, probably few of them make their livings as musicians, but they just love to sing.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's a lot of folks, honestly.
Well, there's 85 of us this semester. I can only get about 80 on the stage, so I don't know how we're going to work that out. That's my to-do list this week.
Squeeze in,
yeah.
Well, that's awesome that many people are, it's maybe a hobby for a lot of people.
Absolutely,
it doesn't have to be their profession.
Oh, absolutely. My husband being one of them, he has 2 degrees in music, and then he's a lawyer and now a judge. So he loves music as an avocation and sings in the church choir and then in choral society as well, and loves it.
Yeah. Well, we all need a hobby of some
type.
type.
Yes, we do, and this is a good, healthy one.
So is this concert open to the public, I would
think? It is.
Think?
It's free, actually. We depend on donor donations, so we're certainly not going to turn your money down, but we get a grant from the Tennessee Arts.
Is it the commission?
Commission. Yes,
okay.
Thank you. Tennessee Arts Commission. Thanks for that save, Brian. Hope nobody from that group is listening. We get a good stipend from them, but then the rest of it is depending on our donations, our patrons for this season. But the concert is still, until further notice, free and open to the public. I'll tell you, there's a baseball game at MTSU that day, and then there's a dance competition. So we have reserved the nursing lot. The nursing building is just across the very small street from the music building. So if you go in, there's a parking attendant. You tell them you're with the Choral Society concert, and they'll give you some reserved space.
So where exactly is this on campus?
This is in the Wright Music Building in Hinton Hall, named after T. Earl Hinton, who was the first Choral Society conductor. And it's right on Falconberry Drive, and you'll see it. It's right across from the baseball field where you can enjoy a hot dog and then come to the concert.
So they will give you direction once you turn on to Falconberry of where to go to park.
There'll be real good instructions on that.
So this is on Sunday. It is at 3:00, and it's at MTSU. And Sunday is May 4th.
Yes, it is.
So if Dalton were here, he would say, "May the 4th be with you," because
and I
he's
would
a Star
say,
Wars
and
fan.
also with you.
Okay,
because I'm Episcopalian. Yeah. Well, and that's kind of the impetus behind the whole concert. We schedule our concerts around MTSU's calendar. So when the School of Music activities are done, then we can have our concerts in December and in April or May. And so this time it just happened to be on May the 4th. And when our executive board was meeting to plan it, when we realized that day, we thought, well, this is just too good to pass up. So we do have a Star Wars-based program for all of you people that like Star Wars.
You can call them nerds.
Okay, well, nerds that like Star Wars. So we're ending. I knew I wanted to do Duel of the Fates from Phantom Menace. I think that's either number 1 or it's number 1, not chronologically, but isn't that the original one?
Yeah,
I think
so.
That's right. I watched them all during COVID. They kind of blend in.
Prequels that came after the sequel.
I know. Anyway, from the Phantom Menace. And so there's a choral part in there, a really important scene in the movie. And so we're going to do that. That's our ending piece. But then I thought, okay, that's Star Wars. What if we did something about stars and about wars? So the first piece is called The Armed Man, A Mass for Peace, written by Sir Carl Jenkins, a British composer who was knighted by Queen Elizabeth. And it uses an old French folk song, The Armed Man, and it's 5 movements of basically a Roman Catholic Mass, but set in honor of those who died in the Kosovo conflict back in the 1990s, and first premiered September 10th, 2001, if you can believe it.
Wow.
Yeah. And so it's been sort of used as a anti-war commemoration kind of piece. It's beautiful with orchestra. It doesn't seem like it would be, but it's very poignant. And then we have a piece that was written about the James Webb Telescope that came out, and it's Calling All Stars by James Aiken is with piano. And we have a wonderful Choral Society member, Mara Watson, who has put together video footage from the Webb Telescope, images from that we'll play as we sing that piece, which will be really cool. Then we have a little movement of Interstellar, the Hans Zimmer score from the movie, and then we'll end with Phantom Menace.
And so I see here that you're encouraging people to attend maybe in costume?
In costume, yes.
Okay,
please
make it fun.
Please do. We'll have cutouts of R2-D2 and C-3PO. Darth Vader may very well make a live appearance.
Oh, wow.
I may or may not be conducting with a lightsaber the last piece. If I can get some like pumpernickel bagels to put on the back of my head to be Princess Leia or something, that's a possibility. And we have T-shirts available. If you go to the Middle Tennessee Choral Society Facebook page, there is a hysterical T-shirt designed by Perry Watson with my face and John Williams, who wrote, of course, the Star Wars thing, Hans Zimmer, Carl Jenkins, all the composers, and me on a T-shirt that you can buy as a fundraiser for the Choral Society. It's hysterical. It was not my idea, but it's pretty funny.
Well, that'll be nice.
Yeah.
All the Dinkins family should show up next holiday with one of those on.
Well, that's exactly right. If I can get my my brother to wear one. I don't know about that, John Dinkins. But yes, that would be great.
Well, that's going to be fun. And so come out, make a fun day of it. So for folks who maybe have never been, and this maybe sounds interesting to them. It starts at 3. How long could they expect it to go?
3:59. We're out of
Okay.
there. I don't ever like to have a concert over an hour.
There you go.
And it's going to be very family friendly. I really like children and families to come to experience this kind of music together. It doesn't bother me if there's a little noise in the background, because
Sure.
it's just important about being lifelong music lovers.
Well, and there's no better way than to introduce kids to music than something fun. And,
For sure.
This
And there's
sounds like a
something
really
visual,
fun event.
and it's just going to be great. The organ is part of it. We have a pipe organ in MTSU, and that's going to be featured in the Interstellar piece.
Very nice. If folks would like to find out more, Angela, about the Middle Tennessee Choral Society, where would you direct them?
I would go to our website, mtchoralsociety.org.
Okay, very good. Anything else we need to know?
Yes. One of our, probably not founding members, but a lifelong patron of member of the Choral Society, Kay Garrison, passed away last week. And she was our executive director and the president and the life force behind the Choral Society. So we have decided to sing this concert in memory of Kay.
Oh, nice.
Thanks to all her years of help in building this program up.
Sure. Well, I'm sure that will be very nice for the family to remember her by, too. Angela, it's always good to catch up. We'll have
Same
to do it
to
again
you.
soon.
I'd love that. Thank
All
you,
right.
Brian.
Joining us today on Rutherford Issues, Angela Tips from the Middle Tennessee Choral Society. Don't forget, this Sunday, 4 o'clock, or 3 o'clock on the 4th. There we go. May 4th, 3 o'clock over at MTSU's Wright Music Building. The cool concert. Go dressed up. Maybe I could be Yoda. I don't know. But we'll see. Back with more of the show in a second.